Barber. You know, it's the beginning, but we got a lot to come. You know, my first 6 videos did pretty good. I appreciate all the love, all the subscribers, all the views. You know, please follow my Instagram account, 𝐤𝐤𝐤𝐿. You know, I just wanted to take care of a couple things and talk with you guys, introduce myself, and get that fan base. You know, the first thing I wanted to talk about was that, you know, where I started. You know, I'm 18 years old. I started when I was 14 years old. You know, I had passion behind it. You know, it was just I was just trying to make a couple bucks, you know, eat with my friends, try to get that lunch money. But, you know, it turned out to a huge passion. I had bars, and then I got my license when I graduated high school, and that was, you know, from there. You know, one thing I really want to talk about is my path to success and how there's so much more for me, and I would really appreciate all you fans to keep watching and then keep giving me feedback so that I can do everything I can to support you guys and, you know, give me some support too. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was my influences, what led me to be a barber, and, you know, what obstacles and things I had to go through to get there, because I want to give this information to you other young barbers that are out there, and y'all could really, you know, feed off of what I gotta say, and, you know, you guys could go get your skills. You guys can do the things that I'm doing, and, you know, it's only up from there. So when I had first, you know, when I was 14 years old, my dad had bought me some clippers. He was tired of paying for haircuts for me, so, you know, I had to do what everybody else had to do, was start cutting your own hair. But when I had started cutting my own hair, I wasn't doing a very good job. You know, I was always having a pushback hairline. You know, it wasn't the best. Kids making fun of me because my hairline was pushed back. You know, the usual. We all have to start from somewhere, and that's where I'm getting at is, you know, if you put passion, hard work, and dedication, and have good discipline, you're gonna accomplish anything. And really, I didn't really cut for the first like year or so. I would just cut myself and maybe my brothers. But as I started, you know, getting into high school, I cut one of my homies, name is 𝐤𝐤𝐤𝐿. Man, huge shout out to him because he stayed with me, let me practice on him, and did everything I could. And really, you know, I did the best as I could. And, you know, sometimes I messed up on him, but he stayed true to it, and that's what, you know, true people around you really do. And I appreciate him for that. You know, when I started learning, I only, you know, would just do lineups. I didn't really have no taper game. I couldn't really blend like that. But as time progressed, I really dedicated to YouTube, and this is why I'm doing this, because I have so many people that watch my stuff from just the beginning, and I'm so surprised. But it's like I was at the same position you guys are at, and I just want to give back. One thing that really helped me was when I watched YouTube was paying attention to the equipment that they use, paying attention to the way that they cut. And I don't have any equipment with me right now, but I like to tell you that I use T outliners. I use the T outliner blade that's modified from 𝐾𝐨𝐬𝐿 at 𝐷eRichBarber.com. You know, go tap into there. You know, get your products, get your flash comb. I really started using those blades, and man, they really brought out the lineup. You know, sharp lines are everything. And you know, the clippers I use is I use the Fade Masters with Andis. I use the Wall Seniors. I use the Wall Magic clips. You know, Wall Baldings, Andis shaver. There's no true, you know, statement to what clipper you should use, but really you can use anything. It's all about being the best barber you can be and having those skills, because it don't matter about what clippers you're using. You know, definitely though, take care of your equipment and, you know, pay for quality equipment so that you can put out the best work you can. That's a huge key. But, you know, when I started cutting, I didn't really have the, you know, the best clippers. I was really using like the old walls that, you know, you get from like Sally's that were real cheap, and I used those clippers, and that's what really got me to be great at fading, was because I used such a bad clipper. And that's how sometimes things come about, is being in the garage, not really having no lighting, you know, struggling with certain things. You know, once you start from the bottom, you're able, once you get the top equipment and all that, you're really able to put out your best work. And, you know, it's all about getting your skills down and getting that passion down, because without passion and skills, you ain't gonna get nowhere. You know, you have to have the skills, but you gotta have the passion. And, Through high school, I started cutting, 5 people for like $5, making $25 a day. That was nothing, but I appreciated the times that I cut. I increased my skills, I got everything down. And another thing as well is when I started getting more clients, that's when you start having to charge more. That's when you start having to increase the value of your work and getting better. And you constantly focus on the skills and constantly focus on yourself. That's how you get to be able to charge more. That's how you be able to get to do more. When I was in the garage, I started cutting more high school people. I started cutting more people from the gym. I was an athlete in high school. I started cutting my homies, all these people. So there's plenty of people out there to cut. It's just, all about valuing yourself, valuing your skills, and getting yourself down. And another thing I wanted to talk about was, clients and, your skills and how to incorporate your business. Really, when it comes down to clients, you gotta know that as a barber, what you value yourself as, and so what you value yourself as is what you should value your clients as. If you feel like you're a $10 barber, you're gonna get a $10 client. If you feel like you're a $30 barber, you're gonna get a $30 client. You attract what you are, and that's the big key to this. Once you get your skills down, you're able to charge what you want, and people will come to you, and that's the biggest key. At first, when I was in the garage, I would only cut, for $10, and I would attract $10 people. So then when I wanted to go to the barber shop, it was kind of hard to transition. But what I learned is if I value myself at a certain level, then you have to value that client and get those clients that you will attract. I have people all the time that text me for cheaper haircuts, for all this, but it's all about valuing yourself of what you feel like you're worth, and that's how you attract those things. But you also have to put in the work for that, and that's what a lot of people forget. Value yourself, but then work up to what you value yourself, and that's a very important key. I'm very young right now, but I'm very motivated to try to get somewhere with my barbering and trying to be an entrepreneur. What I want you guys to know about me is, I come from, parents that do provide for me, so it is easier on me, but I still don't let that affect that I can still help other people. People that, don't have as what I have can still accomplish the things that I have, because it comes down to not making excuses about yourself, applying yourself and becoming who you want to be. And another thing about me is I'm a very active reader. I love reading books. I can give you guys a couple of names that I wanted to share with you, and that's Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and The Slight Edge. And I don't really remember what author that was, but I'll put that in the description. One thing that I wanted to let you guys know is that you guys can always come to me with feedback, and I'll try to get back to you guys as soon as possible. Everybody gets on that barber that acting all Hollywood, so I ain't gonna try to do that to you guys. I know that I have a very busy schedule, but I will get back to you guys, so you guys have your word from me. Even if it takes that, I'll get somebody else to do it for me, just to get you guys that comment back. I know how it is that you guys want to learn, and you guys are eager to learn, so I'll definitely give you guys that information. Right now I'm currently working in Sacramento, California. I work with the Rich Barber Hair Studio, for 𝐾𝐨 the Barber. I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's big on YouTube as well, and I learned from him. And that's the big thing that you guys got to understand is networking and being able to implement after others who have come before you. That's what brings great success, is being able to follow those who are doing good. Everybody wants to say that you were given this opportunity, all this, but I just take advantage of opportunities, and that's all I do all day long. It's not about handouts though. Don't force people to give you stuff without applying yourself and without putting in work. But if you put in the work, people will be glad to give you that feedback, give you guidance, and all that. So that concludes the end of this video, please subscribe, please follow, you know, give me all that feedback you can. I know that anything can be helpful. Give me feedback on my cuts, on my interview, anything that you want me to introduce or talk about in my further videos. But thank you guys for all that you guys have done. I know that we have a huge time to go, so just take care and have a good day.